Sometimes a trench is dug in the path of a spill and then lined with plastic sheets to hold the product for removal. A trench might also be used to direct the path of the spill into a safe holding area for cleanup. If the spill is on water, other equipment is used, such as weirs, underflow dams, or physical barriers. The most common type of barrier is the boom. There are 3 different types of booms: the round boom, fence boom, and inflatable boom. They all perform essentially the same job of holding the oil in place for cleanup. As you can see, a boom uses a flotation chamber to keep it upright and floating on top of the water. The bottom part of the boom, called the skirt, is weighted and hangs in the water below the flotation device to prevent the oil from passing underneath it. In the same way, the top part of the boom prevents oil from going over the top of the boom. Typically, a series of booms will be connected together to form an unbroken floating dam to hold back oil and prevent it from going into a channel or inlet, or to route the oil to a location for collection, or to surround or contain a leaking tanker or oil slick that's already on the water. How the booms are laid out depends upon the specific goal to be achieved, the type of booms being used, and the weather and water conditions. While some boom deployment plans are made in advance as part of emergency or contingency planning, decisions may have to be made on the spot as to the best way to use them. Once the leak has been stopped and the spilled oil is contained, the cleanup can get underway. In most cases, skimmers are brought in to remove the oil from the top of the water. Skimmers use suction or other action to remove the floating oil from the water surface. On land, a vacuum truck may be brought on site to remove the spilled oil. Under the right conditions, booms are effective, but rain and wind can create enough turbulence and wave action to let the oil escape by either going over or under the boom. So eventually, part of the oil may reach land. Oil spilled on water will be constantly tracked to know where and when it will reach the shore. How it's cleaned up then depends upon the type of beach or land it hits. This spill in Alaska hit rocky coastline, while this California spill hit sandy beaches. The 2 different types of shorelines produced different types of cleanup problems. Alaska's rough shoreline meant that some areas had to be virtually hand-cleaned. In California, the oil could be swept up, shoveled off, and transported away because the beaches were smooth and sandy. Even though the terrain and weather conditions will determine how an oil spill is cleaned up, the actual hands-on techniques and tools to be used will be similar to those we've covered in this section, ranging from booms, skimmers, vacuum trucks, dams and trenches, to rakes, shovels, and various absorbent materials. They're all designed to assist you in the fight to prevent or minimize environmental damage to the area. During a spill cleanup, there's always a lot of activity, and it's easy to cut corners when it comes to safety. But safety on the spill site is very important. We're committed to maintaining safe working environments and protecting the public.